She mentioned it casually, eyes never leaving her phone screen. "I have a date." Just like that, like she was commenting on the weather or reminding me to take out the trash. 3 words, calm and calculated, deliberately placed. I watched her carefully. That smug curve of her lips. She wore it like a trophy, confident she'd already won. What she didn't realize was simple. The game had ended long before, and I had stepped off the field without her noticing. A year ago, that comment would have wrecked me. Back then, we were the kind of couple people admired. Hosting dinner parties, exchanging inside glances across crowded rooms, sharing dreams over stale popcorn and grainy black and white films. I truly believed in her. In us. She always had the perfect words at the perfect moment. It made me think we were laying down foundations. But in truth, I was the only one building. Then, things started to shift. She worked late. She suddenly got obsessed with the gym. She started locking her phone. My jokes stopped making her laugh. Someone else was getting her attention now, mid-sentence, while I stood there finishing stories to an empty chair. Still, I kept giving her the benefit of the doubt. That's what trust does. It fogs your vision until the truth slams into you on some gray Tuesday afternoon. I was looking for a charger in her bag when her screen lit up. "Can't wait for tonight." Same room. She was in the shower. I didn't feel rage. Not yet. What I felt was sharper, an eerie calm. Cold, precise. I didn't confront her. That's a move made out of desperation. I chose strategy. That night, I lay beside her, motionless. The scent of cologne on her skin didn't belong to me. What I felt wasn't heartbreak, it was clarity. A sharpened purpose. Quietly, I began collecting. GPS logs. Cloned messages. Every location, every purchase, every transaction on our joint accounts. She never suspected a thing. That's how I found him, Ethan Rollins. Mid-level executive. Married. Predictable. Then I found his wife, Julia. She didn't break down. She laughed. Then handed me her own stack of proof. Just like that, we went from victims to partners in exposure. I hired a private investigator. Discreet. Expensive. Merciless. Worth every dollar. Within weeks, I had everything. Photos. Voice recordings. Receipts. Enough evidence to burn everything down to the foundation. But I wasn't done. We had built a business. On paper, it was a joint venture. In reality, I owned the trademarks, the IP, the contracts. While she was off chasing adrenaline and stolen glances, I was rewriting the DNA of our company. I shifted shares, altered access, locked her out of doors she didn't even know existed. By the time she noticed, the walls had already closed in. Last Thursday, I told her I had something planned. A surprise. A special evening. She lit up. Wore the red dress, the same one she wore the night we inked our first business deal. She looked radiant. Unaware that she was walking into a carefully planned ending. The restaurant was all glass and skyline. A view people reserve for proposals. She twirled her wine without sipping. "So, what's the big occasion?" she asked, smiling. I slid a folder across the table. She laughed at first. Until she opened it. Inside. Every detail of the affair. Proof of stolen funds. Breaches of contract. And a letter from Ethan's soon-to-be ex-wife's attorney. The smile slipped off her face. Her fingers reached for the wine, trembling. "This isn't," she began. "It is," I said, calm and even. "You're out. Your assets are frozen. Ethan is under investigation. You've been named in the civil suit." Her lips parted, but no words came. Just air. Then, barely audible, "I still love you." "I know," I replied, standing. "Enjoy your date." Now I sit alone in the apartment we once shared, now legally mine. The city beyond the windows feels quieter, clearer somehow. I think back to all the times I defended her, the lies I swallowed, the loyalty I offered without condition. They say revenge comes from fury. That's wrong. It grows from truth. From taking back the pieces of yourself you allowed someone else to dull. I don't miss her. I miss the person I thought she was. And now, every time she tries to move forward, every dinner, every meeting where my name still echoes, every time she lifts a glass of wine and waits for someone, she'll remember that night. Because I didn't scream. I didn't plead. I didn't beg. I ended it with silence, precision, and a single sentence she'll never unhear.